Hi, Pete. I'm Allan Gear.
And Allan, you work with,
New South Wales Public Works.
and your role there is?
I'm the Group Director, Advisory and Planning. I lead our four advisory directorates.
You've saying before you've done other things prior to this role.
Well, I've had significant roles in local government in New South Wales.
Yeah.
So substantive roles in consultancy in the private sector, both here and in the UK.
Oh, right. So, in your current role, what is it that your group does as an advisory? Sounds interesting. It doesn't sound like you have to do much. You just have to talk to people. No, I mean flipping here.
New South Wales Public Works has a very significant role to play with responding to flood.
Yeah.
We have the engineering emergency management function.
Okay.
That our director in that space, that person doesn't work in my advisory group,
Okay.
but that role is a member of the State Emergency Management Committee.
Right.
And we are some of the first responders in responding to significant natural hazards in New South Wales.
Right. So,
Continuing on, my advisory group plays a role. I'm the executive sponsor for the flood levy repair program, which is a flood response to the 2022 floods, which is still ongoing. And I have staff who work in the floodplain management area, providing assistance to New South Wales councils in the delivery of their flood programs.
So you've got that overview role, but linking directly into the councils on the ground. So they're the major beneficiaries from your work in many ways, and
the communities of local councils. Communities are very important to us.
Okay. So, in doing this role, Allan, and you've done a range of other things, but what would be what are your sort of key skills that allow you to do this work well, you think?
I have a 40-year career in flood risk management. I bring a range of skills, but I'm a civil and environmental engineer, but also land use planning. I'm a land use planner.
So you're a multidisciplinary person, mate?
Indeed. So one of the things I used to say in my local government role is that I could bring engineering to planning and planning to engineering.
Brilliant. And it's sort of, I love that, Allan, because I think no one discipline can deal with this issue on its own.
I've always had a very strong view that floodplain management, flood risk planning, is a strategic planning exercise with engineering input and not the other way around. Engineers have a strong view that it's all an engineering matter, and the planners can just work on the periphery, but I have a completely 180-degree different view and have done for decades.
It is interesting, because someone told me once that historically, land use planning as a discipline is still only 40, 50 years old. And prior to that, it was always the engineers who do it all. So, it's sort of interesting where it's come.
Yep.
So tell me, what is it that you like about your role?
Working with New South Wales Public Works means that I can have an enormously diverse week. Not just in floodplain management, because our primary role is to deliver infrastructure across any number of asset classes to the communities in New South Wales.
That's right. Alan, thanks.